I like that.
We bang your ugly friends too.
That was gnarly.
All right, I think we are live on Facebook. What's going on, guys? We've got
What's up?
Wicked Love out of South Carolina. Just kind of want to do a little bit of introduction. We kind of did this with you, Brendan, but I'm Randy in Oklahoma City.
I'm John, and I'm going to ask a real quick question. Randy, did you take us off mute?
Oh,
Yes, I did.
All right,
Thank
cool.
got it. Got your back, man.
I'm Jamie, and I'm in Topeka, Kansas. John's in Topeka too, but he didn't tell you that because he was babysitting.
Yeah.
Good call.
Well, I'm Brendan. I'm the vocals of Wicked Love, and I'm in Charleston, South Carolina.
My name's
Awesome.
I'm the lead guitarist of Wicked Love, and I'm born and raised in Charleston, South Carolina. You can probably tell by my southern accent.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's good to have you guys on, and just real excited about everything you've got going on. Tell us how you guys got together and how everything's going. Do you have any new music out there? Just tell us everything.
Awesome. Give him the lickety split. Sorry.
Lickety split. Is coming soon. Don't have an exact date just yet. We are going to hit the studio here shortly at the start of the new year because it's definitely time for us to put out our first full length. So new music's not out there yet. It will be out there soon. I believe, if I recall correctly, you did ask how we kind of got started. And
Absolutely.
I want to let Brendan answer that because he's always got the good answer for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it all started when I moved down to South Carolina. I was born in Pennsylvania, but I spent most of my life in New England, up in Vermont and stuff like that in the Green Mountains. And then I joined the service. I got out of the service. I was in the Navy. I was a submarine sailor, and moved down to Charleston, South Carolina. And when I got out of the service, I got out because I wanted to pursue music. I wanted to pursue this style of music, and this is what I wanted to do with my life. And so I put I was bumming around with some stupid job and trying to go to college, and I put out an advertisement on Craigslist. And basically I put up there, I was like, listen, this is the type of music that I sing. This is what I do. And knowing that, not a lot of people did that, but I was hoping maybe I could get into a cover band. Well, Austin answered my advertisement, and he said, hey man, why don't you come over sometime and show me what you got? So I said, yeah, absolutely. He messaged me, and then he gave me his address. And lo and behold, we lived in the same exact apartment complex at the time.
You got to be kidding.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I was like, bro, I'll walk over right now, man. Let's go. So I walked over there, and I sang some Firehouse for him because I'm huge on Firehouse. Those are my boys. And I was trying out for he was in a cover band like a tribute cover band called Glam Nation at the time. And they were just doing covers around town, but it was like the whole get up, wearing spandex, the big hair, showing skin, and so I was actually trying out for Glam Nation, but he was like, "Hey, have you ever thought about, maybe writing originals?" I was like, "Oh, of course, yeah, like duh, right? But who wants to do that, And so he's like, "Dude, let's start a band," and the rest is history. And now we're here, man. And that was 2000. Was it 13 or 14?
It's probably the tail end of 14.
Yeah, it's about the tail end of 14 when we started Wicked Love Up. And then yeah, here we are.
That's
All right.
awesome.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you, Brendan, and happy Veterans Day coming up to you.
Oh yes,
Oh,
absolutely, man. I would do it again and again and again. It was a blast.
Um, the Wild Ride album, EP,
EP.
okay. Is
Yep.
that everything that's out there right now for you guys?
So we do have other songs that we play for our live performances. So if you come and see us, you'll get a little bit more of us. So the EP is the only thing. I think we also have the first song that we ever wrote. It was called Can't Stop Loving You. That's out there somewhere.
it's on
I
YouTube.
don't know. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one was, we were trying to kind of find our sound a little bit, So it was one of our first songs we came out. It's kind of more on the pop. I don't know, what would you say, Austin?
I would say it's like pop punk almost.
Yeah,
Like
almost like a pop punk sort of thing.
it wasn't all the way 80s yet.
No, 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 no. Yeah. We were getting there. We were spinning our tires trying to
Yeah.
find the voice.
So other than say Firehouse, who else is big influences to you guys in your music style?
Def
Oh, you
Leppard.
guys know.
Def Leppard, Poison. I see that Poison poster behind you. Motley
Oh,
Crue. All those guys. It was, I've been trying like to do a band like this for a long time since I was in high school, and luckily later in life after college I was able to find Brendan. But I wouldn't say it was a mission of mine, but I always wanted to introduce the music that my parents introduced me to as a kid, and I wanted to pass that on to the younger generation that might only listen to hip hop or rap or anything like that.
Mhm.
I'll say like the TikTok generation. Um,
yeah.
I almost like to look at 80s music, and especially 80s metal, like it's a virus, because once it infects you, there's nothing else like it. Nothing
Nope.
else. And that's just what we are trying to do is hopefully we spread it out as big as possible. But hey, it's a party. Life is already stressful enough. Just come out and listen to fun songs about hanging out, having fun, man. Just old school fun.
Right on. That's what it's all about, man. I remember all those shows. Just it was just a party, and everybody's your friend, and it's just a good time, man. It's just a good time, and you're absolutely right. It's a fucking virus, man, because everybody's smiling, everybody's singing along, everybody's just grooving, man, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So
And that's what
when you guys perform at live shows, do you mix in covers and throw in some of yours, to keep everybody going, oh, I know this one. I know this one.
No, actually. Yeah, we don't have
Nice.
any covers. We don't have any covers. We strictly stick with originals. We've talked about it before,
Yeah.
obviously. It's so tough to pick a cover, man, because we want to do something that's like not 80s and like kind of like retrofit it and make it sound like our own, but then again, we want to do an 80s song. So it's like we always circle around in circles, and we're like, oh man, we want to do this one, we want to do this one, we want to do this one. And we just never get around to doing it. So we just stick with our originals.
Right on. Right on. Oh.
I was pausing for Jamie. I thought he wanted to say something.
So did I. He's just smiling. So you guys have a show tomorrow, right?
Yes, if the weather holds out. Yes, we do.
Is it outside?
So it's not outside, but we live in Charleston. We live in the Low Country, right? So, and it's downtown, and Charleston tends to flood out really, really bad every time that there's a heavy rain. And, we've got that storm that's coming up from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So, so far, so good. They haven't called anything off yet. So the show still is going on, and we hope so we can rock it out. But yeah. Downtown Charleston at the Music Farm tomorrow at like 7:00, I think it is.
Awesome. Yes. If you're in South Carolina, get down there. Get the tickets.
Yeah. Let's go.
Buy the merch. You got merch, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We got t-shirts. Yeah.
It definitely merch. I checked it out on. I checked it on that site. Which site? Where's the site to go find all your stuff at?
It's wickedlovemusic.com.
There we go.
Yeah.
I was out there earlier scrolling through your merch and such and listening to some of your songs off Spotify.
Nice.
Speaking of songs off Spotify, Randy.
Yeah. What are you setting up for? What are you setting up for, John?
I think you have something for us.
Let's see what we can find. Let's see.
That doesn't mess around. Oh, broken hearts are falling to the ground. She's got me drooling, just like a child. The way she's moving, like that wild. Wicked love, you got a wicked. Can't get enough. Wicked love, well, you want me tonight now, baby. Give me your wicked love.
Just like a guitarist, man. It's just sitting there all ready for you. He's like, yeah,
Oh,
ready to play?
Yeah.
Exactly. Look at Jamie.
Hey, Randy, switch us back to the other feed, please.
Oh, Lord.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You can pick a guitarist out anywhere, man.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah. That sounded really good on coming out of my phone. Actually, that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your pre-show rituals, Brendan, because I know before we started our show, you were working out. So what do you do before you play?
Okay, you ready? You ready for this? My
Absolutely.
pre-show rituals. I don't eat all day. I won't eat anything. Nothing. I will fast all day. And then when I get to the venue, I drink three Jack and Cokes.
Nice.
So you remember your shows?
Yeah, I do. I remember most of them. Sometimes not the lyrics, but most of the shows I remember.
You always forget the lyrics you write, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. It's so funny. Sometimes we'll be playing, and Austin will start a song, and I'll look at him and I'll go, "Hey, what's the start on?" And he'll look at me and he'll go, "I." And I'll be like, "Oh, I know I'm done."
Funny thing too, man, is I've had a lot of fans that have shown up to several of our shows that know our music, and I get stage fright at the first song or two. I'm really nervous, and my mind blank, and I'll have a couple of people like, "Hey, I really like what you did. You really played a completely different guitar solo and all." And I was like, "Yeah, cool." I just made something up because I didn't remember the actual part because I was like, I'm too nervous.
Yeah. That's got to be great for the rest of the band.
Yeah. He always pulls it off. Austin is amazing. So everything that he does with his fingers just says, "Whoa."
That's what she.
Yeah, right.
Oh heavens.
But yeah. I just it's always been a thing with me. I don't eat anything, because I think a lot of it is, me and Austin are weird. We get super high anxiety before we get on stage, right? But as soon as the first note rings out, man, it's like all of it just washes out of my body and we're just pure energy constantly. So, I don't know.
Killer. How about you, Austin? What do you do?
Um, I kind of try to take the whole Zen approach on show days. I'm like, I'm just gonna nap all day. I'm just gonna smell my incense and put on some meditation stuff. I do have trouble eating because I'm like very nervous. I'm like, I can't
Right.
eat. But I will say what I've been doing for several years now, and it's super weird. I always eat a Slim Jim and a little bag of peanuts before I go on stage. I don't know why.
There it is. There it
Happens.
is.
It's like I need my pre-show Slim Jim. I have to have it.
You used to eat chicken tenders. That's what.
Yeah, yeah. It used to be chicken tenders. Yeah, a long time ago. I know. I'm strange. And then
You're past the chicken tenders now.
most of the time, because right now most of our shows, like we're sharing, like the bill with other bands, we're playing about 45 minutes to an hour. I'm nervous for like half of that, and then by the time our last song's done, I'm like, oh man, I'm juiced up now. I can, like, my fingers are warm, I'm ready to play, and it's like, oh, go. And I'm like, oh, crap, we need to have a longer show.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find tour dates. Are you guys just playing around the South right now? Or are you going to be on the road anytime soon?
Yeah, you got any venues up there?
You got all kinds of them.
Yeah. Shoot them our way, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
I think-
obviously want to get on tour. Yeah. Yeah,
I think that
definitely.
first
Oh, sorry.
record out, I think that we'll have, a lot more to go off of and start like to venture outside of our region here for sure.
How far away do you get usually? You get up into North Carolina, Jacksonville, and
I actually think the farthest,
Wilmington.
I think the farthest that we've played out, that was a while ago. That might have been in Columbia. So yeah, that's only a couple hours out. I mean, like, we're still new, we're still fresh. So growing every day, but yeah, we definitely want to get outside of Charleston for sure.
And yeah, when we're ready too. So.
We definitely have a venue up here that I can try to get you in. Jamie's played there before as well.
Oh, okay.
So if you're actually touring and it makes sense to like roll through Topeka, Kansas, you let me know and we will make it happen.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, send us your contacts, man.
Absolutely.
A place you can stay too.
Oh, fantastic. Even better.
They'll even feed you.
Yeah.
Jamie-
What? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I know.
I think I'm just gonna visit Topeka, Kansas.
Stock up on Slim Jims.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I can feed him. He just needs some peanuts and Slim Jims, and he doesn't eat. So
Yeah.
That's on show day. That's on show day.
Can you substitute the Jack for Jaeger? That'll probably be the question.
Man, I'll drink anything other than gin. Yeah. Yeah, you got to understand, man, I used to be a sailor, man. I might have been a sailor, but drinking was my profession.
So it's not cold gin time again.
Cold
No.
gin. Okay. Oh my God. Yes.
See, I worked that in there, Randy.
I saw that. Yes.
Yeah, we'll get you
Killing
up here. I'll talk RJ into opening, and we'll put the old Invictus stuff on acoustics, and we'll do an open set for you guys, and
Oh,
you can
hell
stay
yeah.
at John's house, and we'll
Sure.
bring over some gin.
For sure.
Oh, that's perfect. Absolutely. Yeah. We definitely want to venture out. We've never been against, getting out of here. It's time for us to venture out.
For
That's
sure.
awesome. That's awesome. I think it'll probably be a little easier once you get the music out and that type of thing, something to tour on. Is that
Yeah.
kind of what you're waiting on a little bit?
Yeah. We like Austin said, we've got about like an hour set.
Mhm.
You know, maybe a little bit more with me talking my ass off, but we definitely want to get more songs in there so we can fill out a little bit more time. So see down here in South Carolina, the original band scene. I mean, obviously you have original bands, and the rock scene is prominent, and there's a bunch of guys grinding, but it's a very touristy kind of town. So mostly what you get is a lot of people doing, you know, covers. You got
Mhm.
guys that are, you know, they're acoustic and they got their setup and they're sitting there and they're playing 3 hours. You know, so a lot of these venues down here, you know, they expect you to play for 3 hours. And it's like 3 hours of original
Wow.
music, you know, that ain't gonna work, you know. So and because we don't do any covers, it's hard for us to actually find a place that wants to do original rock bands in Charleston. So that, I mean, that's why you haven't really heard of any bands coming out of Charleston, because you got all these guys doing covers down here, you know.
Makes
That's
sense.
the same thing we've got going on up here. We're not touristy by any means. Nobody wants to come here.
Yeah.
But,
And
we got
don't get me
the same
wrong,
thing.
covers are great.
Yeah, we've got the same thing. We're all. I mean, that's what I'm doing right now. I was in an original band for several years and just kind of fizzled. There's not a original scene here very much.
Yeah,
One you get bands that pop up and play for 2 or 3 years and get a good following, and then they just kind of quit because people stop coming to see the same three bands.
yeah,
And
that's yeah,
yeah, I'm playing 3 hour shows. I'm playing acoustic 3 hour shows on every other weekend, and then the weekends I'm not doing that. I'm playing 3 hours with a cover band,
see, so yeah, you know
running all over
exactly
the
what I'm
place.
talking about. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like shooting yourself in the foot if you stay in that town. So it's like we're desperate, you know, we gotta get out. We have to. If we're gonna continue what we're doing, you know, and
Right.
and we gotta leave. We have to.
That's terrible, man. It's terrible that the scene is so volatile right now. But
Oh,
he's
Yeah.
right. That people just won't come. I mean,
Yeah.
they'll love you for a few months and then they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm done." And then
Yeah.
it's just like, what the hell? You
Yeah.
know?
That's why it's so important that, you know, if you do have a rock scene in your town, make sure that you support each other as much as possible. You know, you have to. You know, if you want to keep it going, you've got to get at each other's backs. You know, that's just the way it is. Rock and roll is and we just have to sit here and hope that maybe rock and roll will pick up again. And guess what? It kind of is right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's on the upswing.
you know, it's coming up. We're seeing an upwards trend, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. So
Just ride that
Totally
wave.
agree.
yeah.
My biggest question that I have for you: are you currently wearing pants?
Oh yeah, no, I got
um,
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because he's been under that blanket the whole time.
yeah, I got shorts on. Yeah. I like to keep it cold in my house. So
hangers.
Sometimes you gotta ask.
should I take my pants off or
No, I think we're good. We're probably gonna put a strike on Facebook.
I was joking. I was joking.
So you guys don't live in the same apartment complex anymore, do you?
They're in the next
no,
room.
no.
I think.
No,
What's
look at their names. They're completely different.
They're in the next room.
Hey, Austin, did you hear that?
Oh, definitely. We did used to live together.
Yeah, we did. Oh, absolutely, 100%.
That was a fun time. I think that we would have big old bonfire parties every night.
Every night.
We would have like people that would come over after the show, and I don't know if it was Brendan bringing people over or the other band members at the time, but I would walk out of my room and I'm like, who the hell are you? Like, what? Here for the fire too? Okay, what are you doing in my house? Go
It
out.
was so it was so funny. It was so funny because, you know, I spent most of my life in New England, and Austin was obviously lives in Charleston, and they had this bonfire pit like in the middle of our apartment complex. And I was like, dude, we can burn fires here. And Austin used to always tell me, he go, why? He's like, it's not cold outside. Why are you burning a fire? And I would always look at him. I'd go, listen, Austin, it's because a fire is a social beacon, right? It tells people, come and drink with us. And it always happened. People always showed up and we were always having a good time.
Oh, right.
Yep.
I think that was similar to my world before. I was a bachelor a very long time and had a bar in my basement. And when the
Oh,
bar,
nice.
when the regular bar would close, everyone came to my house. And there were times people were there, and like next weekend they'd come up to me like, dude, that was so sick at your place last week. And I was like, have I met you?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I was at your house. I was like, you were?
Man.
Yeah.
John's
Those
basement is the
days are
source of my worst
gone
fear.
now. So
Yeah.
Randy, do you want to do any follow-up?
No, I'm just excited to see you guys get out and hear some new music, and then just get you guys out of there.
Yeah.
Got to break you out. We've got to
we
break you
gotta
out. We're down with it.
Yeah.
What I've heard from you guys so far online, the little short clips I was catching earlier today, like it's definitely in my world. Obviously, you see behind me everything.
Oh, yeah.
Your guys' sound is so in my world. I love it.
Oh, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. You know?
Oh,
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yes, we gotta get you traveling and get you places and let the world know about you.
We're currently, I wouldn't say stuck, but we've been in a hipster town long enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
They all got small little boutique amps and one guitar, and we're just like, have you ever plugged up to a half stack or a full stack and rode the lightning?
Rode the lightning.
Crank it up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
it.
We're ready to venture.
Let's make it happen. Let's do it.
For sure.
So
I want to
yeah.
definitely thank you guys for your time tonight.
Yeah. Thanks for having us, guys.
And I really can't wait to hear more from you guys and to keep track. And I think Randy has contact info to you guys.
Mhm.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we'll get our information over to you guys and
All
get
right.
up,
Perfect.
we'll get up on the socials and stuff.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect.
Too cool. One more time, where can everybody find everything about Wicked Love?
Austin?
Wickedlovemusic.com. We got our Spotify link and Instagram and Facebook link and all that up there too. But also whatever streaming platform that you use, we are on there. So, I mean, you look, you will find us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, definitely when you guys have anything you want to talk about, you're welcome to come back. We do this every Wednesday. Just shoot us an email, just show up. We don't give a shit. Use the same link. Just
For sure.
Yeah, awesome. Fuck yeah, man. Absolutely. Yeah, hopefully we can wander up towards you guys and try out your bar if you still got one.
Well, it's in my garage currently.
Perfect. Garage is good.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much, and keep us informed.
Absolutely. Stay wicked, brother.
Right on. See you guys.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
I gotta go too, guys. Thank you for having me again.
Okay. No problem. No problem. See ya.
Thanks, dude.
I will,
Jamie, take care
I'll
as
stay
well.
I will. I will talk to you soon.
Yep, I'll message you about next week as well.
Right on. Thanks,
Do I
guys.
just like? Do I
See you
just
later,
leave
Jamie.
Or-
See you next time.
Brenda's like, how do I turn this off?
Yeah, oh, there it is. I found it. Hey, catch you later, guys. Thanks.
The
And we roll from one right to the other. Here we go.
hey, what's going on, guys?
How are you?
We're doing great. We're doing great. I just kind of want to introduce myself a little bit. And my name is Randy. I'm in Oklahoma City.
And I'm John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
Awesome.
Guys. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Nice
meet
to meet
you.
you.
I'm Zosha and this is Berg. You guys are gonna have to forgive me. I literally just got out of surgery last week, so I'm a little bit under the radar. So I'm usually a lot of energy. So you have to forgive.
We've seen the videos.
Trust me, she's the most impatient patient I've ever
Yeah,
had.
I'm definitely not a good patient. So
Well, we're glad you're here. What do you guys do in the band?
go ahead.
I play bass, and she's the singer.
I'm the singer screamer.
Screamer, yes, and you just recently had a tour with Modern Mimes that lasted about a month, from September to October, correct?
Yes.
All over the place, boy. You guys, that was huge. That was a lot of dates.
Yeah.
Does it tear up your voice?
No. So I always joke with interviewers and people, I'm a pretty lame person on tour. I have a bedtime, I work out every day, I try to eat the best that I can, and I drink a lot of water, and I don't really drink. So I'm pretty not cool on tour, and I think that's what preserves me.
No, that's a recipe for success right there. It really is.
I know, but we're so used to the whole like sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and I'm over here.
No, not anymore.
I'm like, it's midnight, I gotta go to bed.
No, she's standing in the van, smacking me, going, "Come on, it's time to go work out.
Yeah,
Let's go."
I do. I have to like and say we're going to work out at Planet Fitness. Let's go.
Well, you guys just had a little personnel change with your drummer.
We had basically we had to replace half of our band. I'll let you take that one.
Yeah. Last year, after we got off the Combi Christ King 810 run, two of our original members decided that touring's just not in the cards for them. So throughout the course of 2022, we've had some fill-ins, but we recently got a permanent member in drumming and a permanent guitar player as well. Eric Ford, he's out of Kansas City, and Grayson Prince from West Virginia. So yeah,
Nice.
we're a little bit all over the place.
And if you guys hear snoring, that's our bulldog Lola. So,
I was wondering.
yeah,
I just stopped and looked at my computer, and I was like,
yeah, she
"My
just
dog making noise. They're too little for that."
you're right where we are, and I'm sorry. There's no.
No, that's so perfect. That is so fucking us.
He's a 5-pound warthog,
Yeah.
So
She really.
yeah.
She really.
I love it. So what do you guys have planned for the future? Anything anytime soon, or are you guys gonna kick back, relax? Are you guys writing? What do you have going on?
We're working on. We got a couple singles in the chamber. We're working on to
We just
get
had a
out
call
for.
with Steve.
Yeah,
this
we just
past
had
week.
we just had a consult with our producer yesterday on just the time frame of getting them done. So we're probably going to roll those out with tours of next year.
We're looking to get back on the road. Unfortunately, I'm kind of the problem child since this surgery. It's putting us back about 6 to 8 weeks of recovery time for me. So I have to, unfortunately, listen as much as I don't want to listen. I have to listen. So laughing because he's been with me since. And I'm not doing a good job. That's why I'm running a low grade fever tonight, because I don't know how to sit still and I'm getting yelled at.
It's writing time.
Yeah, I know.
Just do some writing.
I
Just relax.
I don't know what that is. I don't this industry too. You don't constantly stay on the pulse, then you miss it. I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
especially with all facets of our industry, whether it's you guys who are interviewing or the artists, if you don't keep up on the pulse, it just
No. And you are right. You're right. It's so fast. It's so they can forget so fast. But I like what you're saying about putting out some singles here soon, and I think that is the way to keep everybody active. Just roll them out at the right times and just start working off of them. So
Just
you've got that.
just package things together to maximize return on your investment. In a nutshell, if you're going to put all this money into putting out a great single, well, you got to put the PR behind it. You got to thing running and having a tour in new markets, looking you up, or markets you've been in, just keeping them interested in it to come back and, have great shows.
Totally. So you guys started in 2017, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. And then you put out your first album, or was it an EP?
EP.
And like the next year. And how did you get funding for that?
crowdfunding.
Yeah.
the supporters, because I think there's a misconception, like when you're a DIY band, you are so heavily reliant on the people that support you. And we put together I thought a pretty good crowdfunding thing, and we actually overfunded it, which was really shocking because we were very much a baby band, and you kind of go into this goal with low expectations, very low expectations, thinking like this is never going to get funded. Nobody knows that. And then before you know it, you're overfunded and you're like, wow, we can actually, make hopefully a good EP that people like, and then people can have a part of us with all these tiers that we created.
That's absolutely amazing. And then you guys didn't skimp on the production either, because I mean, you've got Steve and who was that? Justin. And Steve did Ice Nine Kills, correctly?
He does Ice Nine Kills. He does
Amazing.
White. He does Outlier. He's now doing movies. We just had a call with him. And he's so busy now. He's doing actual like movie trailers and stuff and commercials. So I always joke and say he's like up here and like we're here.
That's absolutely amazing. I mean
to get so popular,
Yeah. So yeah, the huge hitters there. So
I have a question that you can choose to not answer if it hits a sensitive subject.
Sure.
You have some very dark lyrical content.
I do.
Is that something just like your creative nature, or is it deep rooted?
It's both. It's both. So with Mirrors and Memoirs, it was actually autobiographical. I wrote them at different stages in my life. So for instance, when I wrote Innocence, I think I was like 8 to 10 years old, but obviously I started writing when I was really young, but obviously when you're an 8 to 10-year-old, you don't have the eloquent lyrics that you would now. So that's kind of where Steve came in. I was like, please take this scrap of paper of myself and let's try to make a song out of it. So we took different facets of my life and different stages of where I wrote the songs, and he helped to kind of shape that for me, because if I were to sing a song me being 8 years old, people would probably, oh, this poor girl. This poor no, it'd be like Gangnam Style. It'd be terrible.
Before we get too far, I know that Randy's going to play a little clip of a song too. and I don't know what song you were getting ready to play.
Well, cellophane.
Cellophane, good. That's perfect. I was about to leave that unknowingly.
We don't
because
talk ever.
We never actually talk about what's happening before the show. It's I love the whole Dexter vibe with all the obviously the cellophane.
Yeah.
Because all this in my head, I was like, yes.
We've called the heavy metal Scooby Doo, so I feel like we've tapped into something now that we have to keep up on because everybody's like, "You guys are like the heavy metal Scooby Doo."
The heavy metal Scooby Doo. I love it. I love it. All right, let's see if we can get this fired up. Let's see here. Maybe. There we go. So that right there is what taking care of yourself sounds like.
Absolutely.
That is some good stuff. That is good. That's awesome, you guys.
Thank you so much. We just appreciate anybody that takes an interest. Truly, we do. We mean that.
I am a huge fan of female fronted bands. Like I have been for years. Randy's known this.
Yeah.
Very, very powerful. I love it.
Thank you.
It is. That's amazing. I heard that and I'm like, this is a yes. For sure. This is a yes. And John's gonna love it. I already knew.
Like I asked him today, like, hey, who's on the show tonight? And he sends me 2 bands. And I'm like, I need to look them both up. I don't know who they are. So I started researching and digging through stuff, and I was like, hey, thanks for that, Randy.
I like it when people don't know who we are because then you're not tainted by the internet. You know what I mean? You can
Definitely not. It's pure.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's pure. A great way to put it.
Is there a one-stop shop for everybody to go out there and find your stuff? That because I know after they heard that, they're going to want to hear more of it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say rainaz.com is probably the easiest.
Or Spotify
Yeah.
or iTunes. It's everywhere.
We're literally the first thing you pop up in Google. I think last time I checked, we
I
were.
believe so.
Somebody. I don't want to.
My phone's across the room.
I don't want
on
to do
the
fake
side.
news and get yelled at.
You guys were pretty close to the top, I think, because I was doing those searches today.
Okay, yeah,
That's good. My website guy.
yeah, exactly.
The other was a low budget zombie film or something. Not just kidding. Reign of Z.
That's probably not far from what we like or what we're into. So I'm totally supportive of that.
Yeah, we have a bulldog that likes to watch The Walking Dead.
She loves
so
loves to watch The Walking Dead.
That's hilarious.
I think the zombie sounds kind of.
They sound like her, so I think she's like, oh,
She's like, oh, my people.
exactly. This is what normalcy sounds like.
And I absolutely love just hearing it snore the whole time. It's great.
I feel like the last couple interviews we did, my other bulldog Rain was actually on the podcast and she was talking. So I feel like now we're scheduling interviews just because they want the dogs on the show. Fine. I can't really fault them for that. They're definitely a lot more lovable and more marketable than we are. So I can't in the circle and that I can't compete at all.
You got to put them in the videos.
Just laying there snoring. That's all. Just the dog.
Yeah.
Have you ever traveled with a bulldog?
No.
It's the equivalent of locking the windows whenever one of your friends farts in the car.
It's like hot boxing for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Duly noted. Duly
He'll
noted.
There's right.
But we've definitely like talked about it. I would like to, but then I could just hear this one trying to figure out how to maneuver that, because they're very much their own personalities and they like things their way, and they will not bend the knee to anybody. Like, this is House of Dragons. Like, they will not bend the knee. We would have to find a way to incorporate. He's shaking his head. He's like, no.
He's like, you're actually putting too much thought into this. It's not happening.
No.
We'll stick to live podcasts where they can interject.
Where they can snore and interject in their own means. I'm not going to on the video being a dog handler for 12 to 24 hours.
Berg already wears a lot of hats, this poor guy, so that would definitely be one more hat he would have to wear.
Pack dog food, poop bags, all that stuff. Somebody poops in a studio we're recording in. Now I'm paying a cleaning fee.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is there any bands out there right now that are influencing you, or that you just have to hear when they come on, or something like that?
Oh, you know what I'm gonna say.
Go ahead,
Who do
Dan.
I drag you to see every time they come into Pittsburgh?
In this moment.
Yeah.
Tell them the best quote that we ever received.
Yeah, one of the best things, somebody was I don't know if they were trolling us or not.
They probably
but
were trolling us.
They said that we're in this moment on a budget. And I said, oh, thanks for the marketing idea. I really appreciate that.
Like we are. So good on you.
Yes, I'll be building props and setting them up on stage. It's possible into next year.
Yeah, but they're definitely a big influence. Evanescence is a big influence. And
Mhm.
I try to, even like, he's going to laugh, but musical theater is a big influence for me. I know you don't hear that a lot in the metal world, but it's a big influence for me. I like stories. I get very bored seeing music videos of bands just playing, and it's not a knock against them. Like, trust me, I get the back end of things with like low budget and having to cut costs and stuff like that. But if I can try to create a story, I want the viewer to go on a journey when they watch our stuff.
I love that. How did you discover your voice, and how did you develop your scream without killing yourself? That's
actually really, really funny. Lola farted, didn't she? Yeah, we don't have some. Okay. So I'm gonna let him work through that while I answer this. So I actually started screaming when I was 16. It was actually Evanescence Bring Me to Life when Singer of 12 Stones did his little like screamy thing, and I just started playing around with it. But as I got older, I realized if I was going to continue to do this for a large amount of time, I learned how to do it properly. So the vocal that I've been with now, God, I've been with Robert probably for about 10 years now. He always teaches me every technique that I need to do. And I always tell people, like, everything that you hear live, like when we play live, I don't use any effects pedals. It's all me, I don't use any echo or any of that stuff. I mean, unless the sound guy decides to throw something on, but I'm saying as far as me, and no vocal stuff, nothing. It's always me. I want to be able to produce it live. So I just started playing around with it. And as I got older, I just realized, if I'm going to sustain this, I need to be able to learn how to do it properly. And I have, and I've been very lucky. They actually just did a news story on me locally about my screaming.
Really?
It's awesome.
That is cool. That is really cool. But you're absolutely right. There's a right way to do it, and then the way almost 90% of the other people try to do it, and you're not going to sustain.
Well, and I always tell singers, especially when I go on tour, because I know, because they come to me and 3 days in, their voice is blown.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "What do I do?" And I'm like, first off, quit talking.
Mhm.
Secondly, we need to, I'm like A, B, C, and D because the Voice Center in Pittsburgh has actually been studying me for probably about 6 years now of me screaming because I've done it without surgery or, developing any vocal issues.
Nodes or anything.
Yeah, I've been very lucky, but I'm also, like I said, I'm a very boring singer. I have a process. I warm up every show. I work out. I drink a lot of water. Like I can't shoot whiskey and scream every night. And some people can. Some people have vocal cords of steel. I'm not willing to take that risk at this my career, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
That's good stuff.
I'm a weirdo.
But you have longevity.
I hope.
No, I guarantee you do.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I definitely do. That's the goal. And I always try to help other singers too when we're on tour. I try not to overstep because I never want them to think like I'm telling them the business, but
Yeah.
I hate to see them struggle, especially when their voice is blown like 4 days in,
Mhm.
So is there already tour plans coming up in like 8 weeks, or are you waiting to make tour plans after you're healed?
We're
That's a year.
we have dates. We're probably looking at doing something in March. I want her to be 100%, or at least as close as she can be, to perform. Without any complications on the road. Right at 6 to 8 weeks puts us in the middle of December. That's right around most stuff is
shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So we're probably shooting for a March tour and whatever else comes our way.
We're already getting show offers, which it's so hard for me to say no because I'm like, and he's like, no. What about like no? And I'm like, okay. I know, yeah. He's the smart one. I'm the one that's like, we could chance it and see what happens. But he's right. He's right. Probably touring in the winter is really tough unless you're going also southern or west coast in the sense of like the warmer states.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just brutal. We got a taste of that when we were out with Modern Mimes, like some of the states that were starting to get cold, and we definitely were not happy campers about that.
Yeah, there's nothing like sleeping in a van whenever you pull up and you go to sleep and you wake up and it's 32 degrees outside and van's freezing. Next thing you know, you're going to a Target or wherever to buy 0-degree sleeping bags.
Not to mention if anything breaks down or you're having to change a tire, it's just like, oh, what a nightmare.
Your hands don't want to work in the cold.
No.
You don't want to touch anything. And
I don't want to.
I've done some touring in the wintertime and I've seen cars go up, bridges and up the, it's just like, there's in like the Midwestern states to hit up, especially even around here. Even you're out in that, like you're taking your livelihood out, and of course, you have insurance and everything, but waiting for that check to come in to replace everything you've invested your time and love into.
Don't hold your breath.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll be waiting a hot minute. So if obviously we get something absolutely phenomenal, obviously we 100% try to make it happen and consider it. But we think March is best, gives us time to like get our single done, get the video done, get the tours solidified. I mean, we definitely have some bands that are, messaging us wanting to, put some things together. So we're hoping that'll manifest and we can announce it, within the next couple months.
Yeah.
I think that makes so much sense. So much sense. I love it.
Sometimes our ideas work.
Other
out.
times what we do makes absolutely no sense. Hope it pans out.
I've seen both sides of that when I watch bands tour. Like when I look at their tour schedule, I'm like, who plotted this? Like, why would you do that? You went through one place 5 hours the other way to turn around and come right back. I'm like, but okay. They might not have Google Maps at the time. I don't know.
Depending on what part they are in their career, you are very much at mercy of your booking agent. So sometimes,
or your own self,
yeah, and that's even harder because if you don't have representation. But sometimes the agent's just trying to land you somewhere. Trust me, we've had routing in the past where we're like, why are we driving? I think the most brutal one is when we had that 23-hour drive.
Oh yeah.
On the Combi Christ run, we literally had it a day to get to the next place, and it was literally
24 hours to go from South Florida to Austin, Texas. Yeah,
it was good. I'm very excited.
That's whenever you throw back some energy drinks, and hopefully the lines don't cross themselves. You're getting tired driving.
Right.
Oh, gosh.
That was absolutely brutal, but we did it. That's why when people are like, I live like 2 hours away, and I'm like, let's go.
Definitely weird at the end of the Modern Mimes tour, ending in New Orleans area, being like 80, 90 degrees, coming back to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where it was like, low 40s, coming back with the sunburn in mid to late October and coming into the cold, and you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
They were very confused.
And we talked to those guys a couple months ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, they were on with us. And sadly, I just saw today when I was doing research, checking your stuff out, I was like, oh, they played in St. Joe not too long ago. They're like a little over an hour from my house. But I didn't even see their tour. So I was like, next time they'll come through again.
Yeah, I mean, that's hopefully like the goal. I mean, we did our best with what we could for like marketing and stuff like that. But like I said, when you do boosted posts and all these algorithms, you only, I guess, reach so many people.
Yeah.
Slave to the algorithm at that point, and sometimes no matter how much money you put into advertisement, it's you can still get buried by the stuff, and it's just you roll the dice.
Yeah, we've definitely seen that. It's like when you boost a post and it says only like 48 people saw this, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's not even they give you in the may reach X amount of people. Yeah.
The internet lie, kids. That's what we've learned. The internet is a lie.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this one now he's all about TikTok. I can't get this guy to do media to save my life, but he'll be on TikTok all night watching conspiracy theories.
I love it.
Then he wonders why he can't sleep.
Is what it is, dear.
The world's going up in flames.
Yeah.
It is.
He's like, Katy Perry's a lizard person. I'm like, what?
I love it. Surprise!
I'm like, what does that have to do with anything right now?
I was bored in the back of the van. All right.
Yeah, who am I to let him not live his life?
Oh my gosh. I've been hearing like Taylor Swift is like reptilian as well. So
I mean, go watch there's a cartoon on Netflix talking about all that even goes into like all these conspiracy theories as well.
And this is where
what's it called?
Not
that I'm interested or anything.
Right, not that we deep dive into this stuff at all whatsoever.
But Randy's definitely gonna watch it.
One watches it. He watches it all the time. He's always like informing me. He even said it was funny. We went to see Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Joan Jett, and Poison, and this one can't enjoy concerts. He just has to, pick apart everything. And I get it. When you're in the field, that's just what you do. And he's like, we really need to incorporate eyes into our branding. Like, why? He's like, so we can join the Illuminati. He's like, that leopard did it.
I'm like, it's called Inside Job on Netflix.
Inside Job.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Randy, write that down.
I've got the notebook right here.
I bought him a notebook because he never had one.
He
They're
did.
down the rabbit hole. I'm gonna.
It's my
and that's
fault.
gonna
It's
be your
always my
fault.
fault.
Inside what? I already lost that.
Oh. What?
I already lost that. Inside what?
Inside Job.
Terrible.
That's why I told him to write it down.
Yeah. No, he totally knows me.
I tell him I like stop him at a couple. I'm like, you're done. We're not gonna be up all night doing this. Let's go. We're gonna watch. We're gonna watch Grey's Anatomy. It's fun. You secretly like it. He won't. He does. He gets into it. It's funny.
The things I do.
He gets in. He's like, I
He
like
says the things I do.
He wants it to sound like that, but if you were to hear the commentary where it's like, oh, I don't know if I like Meredith with that one.
Things I do.
Yeah.
You gotta watch and invest. You gotta go.
He
You gotta
get-
go.
he gets
full
very
bore, I
invested.
guess.
Because I told him, I said, do you want me to watch this without you? No. Okay.
What it is.
I retract. It's good. Get to know you
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and your soft side because everybody's
Yeah.
always afraid of you.
I kind of
Oh my gosh. So once again, where can everybody find everything that you have going for Reign of Z?
reignofz.com has all of our up-to-date information, links to music, our merchandise. You can check us out on Instagram, Reign of Z Official. We're on iTunes, Spotify, where else? Amazon,
Google Play.
Google Play, and yeah, I think that's about it. And YouTube.
Twitter.
Killer.
Yeah, everything we're on it.
Yeah. We
Good
are.
stuff. Good stuff. And it's just Reign of Z, or is it Reign of Z Band?
On for the website,
Just-
reignofz.com.
Okay, cool.
We try to
Awesome.
I got that in our comment section as well.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, we really appreciate you guys coming on. You guys, it's just amazing, and so glad that we ran into you. I mean,
Well, thank you for stumbling. And like I said, without you guys, we wouldn't exist. So we truly just appreciate you guys taking an interest, and we do mean that. So thank you for having us on here. We do appreciate it. And Lola.
and Lola.
Absolutely. Well, anytime you guys want to come back in or anything to share with the world, or if we want to sit and chat conspiracy theories, let us know. Let us know. We'll get back on here.
Sounds like a good time.
That'll
guys.
be the night that I will not be staying because
You
She'll
guys
be
balls.
resting her voice that night.
Yeah.
He'll be
Always
pacing down
go.
the hallway and it'll just be a thing. So we'll make sure we plan for that one in the future.
All right. Thank you guys. And have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. You
You
too.
as
You guys
well.
take care.
Bye
All right,
bye. Yeah.
We bang your ugly friends too.